I think it's important that whenever we talk about Jasmine Crockett to really say what this is all about. She's stupid. Now, I know people don't want to do that. They want to talk about other things, and they're afraid that because she's black and she's a woman, that if you call her stupid, that you're suggesting she's stupid because she's black or she's a woman. No, she's stupid. She's not a stupid black woman. She's not a stupid woman. She's not a stupid black person. She's just stupid. Irrespective of color or race or gender, she is stupid. Profoundly stupid. I mean, knuckle-dragging, mouth-breathing, stupid. Beyond stupid. She can't speak. She can't think. She's impulsive. And take that stupidity and throw into it a little bit of immaturity, and, well, you get this. Now, the only thing that could make it even better would be mental illness, and I have no particular expertise in that, though it might help, because maybe it'll add a certain degree of panache. But Jasmine Crockett is stupid, and she has become a kind of a lightning rod of controversy, primarily because she's stupid, and her latest antics only kind of re-solidify the impression that she's a walking embodiment of reckless, unfiltered stupidity. Again, race and gender aside, we have to say what this is. This is about sheer incompetence and deplorable behavior. Her recent Governor Hot Wheels jab goes to show stupidity. Listen to her, and she wants more than anything else to be liked and loved and considered interesting and to be a firebrand. And if anybody who had a couple of working, neurons and maybe a functioning synapse, if they could work that together, maybe they may be able to fix things, but this is a different story. You see, to make fun of Governor Greg Abbott, a man paralyzed since 1984, isn't just a tasteless quip. It's a glaring neon sign screaming her lack of judgment and the fact that she's stupid. See, she claims it wasn't about his disability. Really? She insists it was a clever nod to his migrant busing policies. Right, yeah. Hot Wheels. He's in a wheelchair, but it's his wheels of the... Yeah. Let's be serious, okay? We're adults, and we're not stupid. That excuse is his flimsy and stupid as a house of cards and a hurricane. Now, look, the crowd at the Human Rights Campaign event laughed, she smirked, and the intent was clear. Crude mockery, not policy critique. There isn't a one-off either case. This is a pattern of stupid, boorish, cringe-inducing, absolute, monumental, incredible vapidity and stupidity. Conduct that's dragging her party down with her. And she doesn't realize this, and nobody can seem to get to her. Nobody else does this. Again, nobody else. Nobody. She might be. Maybe in the... Tiffany Henyard might be worse. But Tiffany Henyard, and how Tiffany Henyard is not even arrested, it's another story, but that's Dalton, Illinois. We'll talk about that later on. But Jasmine Crockett's defenders might cry, context. It's a contextual thing, right. But the facts don't care about her spin or context. She's now doubling down. And what's even interesting, she's refusing, which is most fascinating, to apologize. Even as fellow progressives and liberals in The View, hardly a bastion of conservatism, even called her out. With Sunny Hostin admitting it was a mistake. And this Elisa Farrah Griffin slamming it as never okay. When your own side winces, when your own side cringes, you've kind of crossed the line. And these people aren't rocket scientists either. And this isn't her first rodeo mocking Abbott's wheelchair. She's got a history of rolling, jabs, references. She's fixated on this. Like her 2022 dig at his re-election race against Beto O'Rourke. The woman can't help herself. She's addicted to the cheap shot, consequences and results, and the party be damned. She doesn't really care. And her behavior really isn't just stupid. I mean, it is stupid, but it's a masterclass in self-destruction and sabotage, self-sabotage. She has handed the Republicans a golden cudgel to beat the living daylights out of Democrats with her stupidity, and they're swinging hard. Representative Randy Weber's censure resolution is already in motion, which, let's face it, is not going to be the end of the world, and Trump himself branded her a lowlife on the air. She's not just a liability, she's stupid. And the stupid is as stupid does. Can't fix stupid. She's a one-woman wrecking ball, smashing any pretense of democratic moral superiority, again, because she's stupid. Let me just remind you, it's very, very simple. And this violent rhetoric calling for punching Ted Cruz or taking down Elon Musk, whatever the hell that means, only fuels the fire, painting her as a loose cannon, who is, and who'd rather, I guess, brawl or fight or punch or whatever it is than legislate. And that alleged phone snatching incident with a journalist, did you see that one? I think Laura Loomer picked it up. If this is true, it's another nail in the coffin of her credibility. Why? That's battery. That's assault. That's the impermissible touching of another against their will. It's a criminal offense, and civil as well. The Democratic Party, and they're kind of betting maybe on her and loudmouths like her to rally the base or do something, but she's alienating everyone else. She's a foul-mouthed rube, and she thinks that, what was her phrase? She hot-ass mess. Remember this? Remember she said, it's a hot-ass mess. I don't even know what this means. And she's also subliterate and incomprehensible, in addition to being stupid, which may kind of interplay. But these expletive-laden Musk outbursts, these aren't edgy. They're embarrassing. They're dangerous. She's not a fighter. She's a clown. Stumbling through Congress with this, the grace of I don't want to say bull in a china shop. She may not understand that, the metaphor, the analogy. But the party's already reeling from 2024's losses, and she's the last thing they need, a living swamp creature and caricature of ineptitude that makes Trump's disciplined coalition looks like statesmen by comparison. Remember, Trump is supposed to be the wild man. Trump is supposed to be the guy with the crazy, these whoppers. Trump is supposed to be it, not her, not the Democrats. Remember, she's not just stupid, she's a gift to the GOP, and they're unwrapping her blunders with glee. So it comes down to simply this. We are seeing more and more of this. Whenever you hear somebody who spouts an urban patois, people sometimes, I think, it used to be called Ebonics for like a week. This isn't Ebonics. This is phraseology. This is a patois. This is a particular way of speaking. It deals with an urban, not an urbane, but an urban way of, and it's gibberish. Now somebody has to realize this. This may work in certain circles. It may work, but it reminds me when you hear this nonsense, like one of these ridiculous YouTube lunacy outtakes of somebody with a phone watching somebody at a Chipotle go crazy because they never got that barbecue sauce or whatever it is, and they start screaming and yelling and cursing, and this is where we are right now. But she's stupid. And the best part is that as we have more of these people who always say, it's racist, we have to be able to have the guts to say, excuse me, this has nothing to do with race. I don't care if you're white. I don't care. If I close my eyes and I just read what you said, not even sure if this was a man or woman or race, but if I just read your words, I would say, stupid. What kind of an idiot says this? That's the way it is. I'm kind of like instrument rated. I know stupid. I have a PhD in stupid. And honey, you are stupid. That's the bottom line. But you know what? Don't say too much. Because the Democratic Party is, all they've got is this signal business that nobody even understands. They don't even know where Yemen is. No, remember, I don't want to keep using the word stupid. Throw in ignorant. Ignorant. A lot of people are ignorant as to the facts of the case because they're not really into thinking. But in any event, dear friends, what do you think about this? Is she stupid? I think so. Give me your thoughts, comments, and the like. Please like this video. Please hit that little bell and to be notified of live streams and new videos. And whatever you do, I beg, beseech, importune, and implore you to comment, dear friends, as you see fit.